Folks, remember you can find us at TraumaticCinematic.com, and of course, you can also listen to the show on Stitcher, look us up on iTunes, or you can also find us on Facebook, Traumatic Cinematic. Don't forget to look us up on Twitter at TCPodcast Crew. Now on to the show.
Hemophilia, a drop of thalassemia. I'll drink your blood if you got sickle cell anemia. I'm sick as hell at fiending ya. I'm haunting every dream of ya, seemingly misleading ya just to hear you scream because blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Torn outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah. We want guns to spill. You know the deal, 'cause we're so alive when they kill. We're coming to kill. We're coming to kill ya.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again. You are currently listening to the Traumatic Cinematic Show. I am your horrible host tonight, Mugumbo. And with me is my dueling double pair of singular host of co-hostiness tonight. It'd be a singular Mr. Mike Whitcliffe.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Singular.
As long as I'm not a singularity.
If you were a cellular company, you'd be Singular One.
Aw.
Because Mr. DeMoss, he kind of went AWOL. Right? Something like that?
Well, we know he never likes anything. Did he just
Ever?
not like this movie that much?
I don't know. He is in Seattle, Washington, which is where teen angst was born. So maybe it's contagious, right?
Except he's not in Seattle, but
and he's not a teen.
Yeah.
But it rains a lot out there, so that'd make you angsty. Yeah. So, and this was definitely not a West Coast kind of movie. This was a Midwestern.
Except it was filmed in California.
California kind of movie, right? Well, they were all doing Midwestern-y accents because they all came from television shows. Pretty much look, and ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering, the movie we are discussing tonight is Dead and Breakfast. Anyways, so Dead and Breakfast is, I don't know, is one of those movies that I bought on a whim. I had no clue what it was, and bought it because it had a cool hologram cover on it.
That's what you call a good blind buy.
Yes, back when it was new. This wasn't like something that I got used out of a bin. It was like it came out new. It was probably like $9.99 DVD, and I bought it and I watched it and I fell in love with it. Right. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is like I love these kind of movies, blah, blah, blah. And so like we picked this movie and we had kind of some confusion on what we're going to watch this week. And Mr. DeMoss was like, oh, well, I've watched Dead and Breakfast, so that's what we need to do. And he's not here. And so we're going to do the movie. And so I went to get my movie out. I'm like, I really want to do this movie. I'm really excited about doing this movie. And I really like this movie. And I go to open the case up and the movie's not in the case.
Oh.
And I dug it out of a crate because, I've got smaller children that run around and like to destroy everything that I show any interest in, right? Oh, look, I have a pretty. I love you, Daddy. Smash, smash, smash. Smash, smash, smash.
I think you've just explained the role of children in the world. So.
Yes. Well, if any of you are curious what having children is like, take everything you like and put it into a small pile and jump up and down on it until everything's destroyed. And that's very similar to raising a child.
And yet you still love that pile of destroyed
things. Oh, yes, and it's precious and worth every bit of the broken irreplaceableness. And anyways, so the disc is gone. And I'm like, shit. like, you know, like here I am, like Mr. DeMoss is like, he demanded we watch this movie. He's like, oh, we are like I have been to the seven seas of sci-fi. I've rebuilt the cornerstone of the internet. You know, this month I have, you know, come far and near and back again, and we were watching Dead and Breakfast. So, and I get Mike to switch to it. He thought we were doing Howard the Duck, and my movie's gone. So I panic. Believe it or not, I found it on Amazon Prime, which I am just soon became a member of with the investment of our new equipment, which I bought from Amazon. And it was on there. It was awesome. And I do have a
service.
I do have an opinion about it, and it might be my own ignorance. But before I get into Amazon Prime, thanks a lot, Dave. Thanks a lot for taking. I panicked. I worried, and I panicked, and you're not here. That's all right. Hopefully it was all worthwhile. Right, Dave? Right. Nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? That's okay. So, Mike, what I was going to say about Amazon Prime is it was the first time I've used it, and the screen was too small on my TV. Like, even though I maximized, there's still just a small little square up there.
Well, that has to do with the way they stream it, and I don't.
And Netflix never does that.
Either,
like, make it square and blocky. I fill up my freaking screen. At least, like only give me 2 black boxes, not 4.
I don't know. It may have something to do with the way it's formatted too. It could not be. I've watched other stuff through streaming on Amazon Prime, although I haven't, or on Amazon. Amazon Prime is just the service. Amazon streaming is what you're actually watching. But anyway, I've watched other things on Amazon streaming on my television through my PlayStation, and as I recall, they've filled the screen before, so it may just be the way that this particular movie is formatted that it does that.
Since it was like done in like a DVD version, like that it hadn't
because of the aspect ratio of the movie itself, that may be why we're seeing it this way. Now I'll be honest, I have not watched a bunch of stuff on Amazon on my PlayStation, so it is very possible that I'm making shit up.
Well, it was part of the reason why I got it, because I did want that ability, and it paid off.
Well, Amazon streaming is nice to have.
Because it worked. Because I always go to Independent Movie Database, right? And it's tied into that. So if it's available, it tells you, and you can one click from IMDb. It's really pretty freaking nice as far as that goes, but it's also very creepy. How it's all seeping into your cookies and your practices, and advertising's geared towards you, and it's all integrated and together, and analog.
Well, analog
is pretty awesome.
The 30th anniversary of 1984.
Analog is pretty awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I paid more for an analog microphone than I did the digital. Same brand, both blue microphones, both Yetis, but one's an analog digital and one's just digital.
But anyway.
So if we have an apocalypse, I should still be able to record. Maybe.
Well, I think the idea that we would be the only ones left that can record would probably be an apocalypse. So
I think if my ideal apocalypse would be if the undead that rose from the ground, or from the hillbilly surrounding local folk, if they would line dance for me within a song, you know, that's what.
Well, that happens in here, so
there really is.
Hooray!
There is some very special things about this movie that I have never seen done in any other film.
This movie is so great. I really enjoyed it.
Do you want to do like a quick synopsis, Mike, just to give some people at home an idea? Like I've actually heard complaints.
It's pretty standard fare as far as that part goes. Bunch of kids that are on their way to a friend's wedding. Something happens,
in an RV,
and they all get stuck at a bed and breakfast, and then people start dying.
There's a scene right off. This movie takes about 50 minutes to get going. Right? It's like chugga, right?
Well, yeah, but
kind of some
funny,
character development,
so.
But there's one character in this movie. Actually, there's 2 characters in it that I actually recognize from other things, and even though other ones were very familiar looking to me,
there are lots of characters.
They're all from like television shows, right? Like Dawson's Creek kind of shows and things that I don't watch in my age group. Or not, but the one guy, he was the brother in 6 Feet Under, and I have watched that whole pretentious series. and
I
enjoyed
actually
it
haven't
in
seen
all
60
pretentiousness.
Which one guy are you talking about?
The curly haired guy that was kind of like the. That's terrible that I can't even tell you exactly. Actually, I can. He's the very first guy listed, Jeremy Sisto.
Oh.
And yes, he was a 6 feet under. He was the brother of the crazy sister of the older brother.
Yeah, he also spent a long time on Law and Order. He's done the voice of Batman in a couple of things.
Oh, really?
He's his new show, or his current show, Suburgatory. In his new show, Suburgatory, he's the father of kind of the lead, who was also the lead in the new Evil Dead movie. Jane.
Was he
Levy.
Was he in Cabin in the Woods?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. No, I don't think. No, I'm sorry. It was the guy that played Thor that was in Cabin in the Woods. My bad. That's right. I'm totally.
But yeah, I mean, so he's also in Suburgatory, which not only has the girl that was the lead in the new Evil Dead movie, but it also has Alan Tudyk from Firefly.
Oh, cool. Is that the main guy, the guy that's in Castle now?
No, that's Nathan Fillion. Alan Tudyk was the pilot.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, in case you were wondering, I am awful with names. I barely even know the names of my relatives, so that's why I hire other people to be on here with me. Yes. Also, Oz Perkins. He's the one I recognize. I love him from Drew Carey show. He was in Balls of Fury. He was awesome in that. He was hilarious.
That's Diedrich Bader.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Yes, Diedrich Bader. He had what else had he had done?
He's the voice of Batman in Batman Brave and the Bold. He's in Office Space. He's in
yes, Office Space. He had also done
kind of all over the place.
Whose Line Is It Anyway? I think he had done some episodes of.
No,
the new one. It was the newer one, the American one.
He might have done a couple episodes of that.
David Carradine's in it in this.
Yep, and his daughter.
And David Carradine plays exactly the kind of role you would imagine you would think David Carradine would play. I love
the fact that David Carradine has been dead since 2008. There are still movies coming out that he's in. There's still one movie left.
He is dead, indeed. I thought so. It was some kind of silly, wasn't it? Like asphyxiation,
really
masturbation.
Yeah. He might have hung himself with his belts or something.
It's so creepy.
While trying to furiously masturbate.
You always have a safety word. God. I guess with what, your belt? So.
But yeah, and then another genre person that's in here, Bianca Lawson, the girl who plays Kate, who's the kind of bitchy girl that's in there.
Right. I don't know. There were several bitchy girls. She was the vegan, wasn't she?
No,
I don't kill living things.
She was the one that was dating David, the boxer.
Oh, okay. Yes. Which was Eric.
She actually was Kendra, the replacement Slayer on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, dude, you were right. Good call, Mike. And I thought I was the Buffy fan here. Like, I forgot about her because it wasn't Faith. She wasn't Elijah Dushku, who has always been my favorite alternate Slayer.
But yeah, she was Kendra. So
that's cool. Think that who else was in here that was kind of surprising? There was I know who was in here.
Dean Morgan?
The guy's name is actually I shouldn't even say his name. The band's name is the
Verve Pipe.
It's Zacharian and the Lobos Riders.
Zach Selwyn is who you're talking about.
Yes.
He used to be a host on Attack of the Show, among other things.
Really? Well, he does some awesome music, and he's kind of like the musical narrator throughout this. And the song that we played at the beginning of the episode, they're coming to get you, they're coming to get you, coming to get you. That is obviously that is their song. That's their little kind of theme song for.
I guess he wrote all of that stuff too.
Oh, I imagine.
But he didn't write the score. One of the fun little things about the score is that it was written by this guy named Brian Vander Ark, who is also in the movie as a zombie. That guy is also the lead singer for the Verve Pipe.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the
small
guy
world.
that wrote the score for this movie is the lead singer from the Verve Pipe, and that's why that song "The Freshman," which I hate now because when my senior year of high school, it was all over the place.
Right. I mean, yeah. Isn't it funny how they can actually flat ruin something that really probably isn't that bad, but
It's actually a decent song.
but you can actually
But I
play
got
it
so
to the
tired
point
of
that
hearing it.
like you just can't stand it anymore. I can't take it anymore, Captain.
But yeah, he's in the movie as a zombie, but he also is the lead singer for the Verve Pipe and wrote all the music. So, but I also love since this should be coming out about the same time as it hits. There was a random cameo from Portia de Rossi,
Who's that?
Lindsay Bluth
Who's
from
that?
Arrested Development.
Oh, is that the sister?
Yeah.
Which
Among
is
lots of other
crazy.
stuff. I mean-
How in the world can Arrested Development come back onto the air? How? Why? How can you cancel a show and it be off the air for what 6-7 years
Because
or whatever,
people
and everyone
love it.
watches it on Netflix, falls in love with it, and demands it back, and they're
Well,
going to
people
do
have
it?
been demanding it back for a long time. It's just Netflix had the money and the willpower to make it happen.
Is this the direction we're going, Mike? Where the cable companies and the network television and even like even the movie companies, they don't have control anymore. It's what companies like Netflix, HBO.
No, we finally have control again.
Well, we do. It's what we watch. What we watch but right. It's whatever we
you know-
consume. And if we keep consuming what they spoon feed us, they're going to keep spoon feeding us the cheapest, crappiest shit they can. Paranormal Activity.
I was going to say,
did I say that out
American
loud?
Idol, but yeah.
Oh, I don't even say that. Like that. That's a word that hurts me.
I refuse to ever watch that show. I have never watched a single episode of the show.
Anyway, we're not. I don't even want to negatively discuss it on this show. We are above such things. We are a timeless family fucking entertainment broadcast.
That is correct.
So get off your fucking high horses and get the family together, and let's fry this bitch.
But yeah, the cast in this movie is actually surprisingly excellent. I mean, you get, like I said, we've already mentioned Jeremy Sisto. We got Eric Palladino, who's done lots of stuff here and there. He's one of those guys that when you see him, you go, "Oh, that guy."
Yeah, well, probably, I imagine he had to have been in, I would say at least a half a dozen of these people have been in at least a,
He's been in
Final Destination kind of movie, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, or blah blah blah. You know, the teen horror suspense kind of you know what I'm saying? I'm just sure of it.
I mean, Palladino's probably biggest claim to fame is that he was Malucci in ER.
Yeah, never watched ER hardly.
Oh,
Maybe back in the 90s or something, like when I was in high school, an episode here or there because it was on, but like I never got into it. But yeah, well, I'm sure, yeah, that would have been a huge role for somebody I would never
But he was
recognize.
there. He's been in. Let's see. He did TV show called Make It or Break It, 666 Park Avenue, which is actually going on right now.
I think something that really brings this whole film together is not that it had the best writing in the world or the best plot or the best
It's
idea.
funny.
They're having fun. They actually captured these people, these actors and actresses having, enjoying themselves on camera, right? They got into their characters. Nobody took it too seriously. None of them ever expected that this was their big break, right? They did it to do it.
Well, a lot of them have
right?
already had their big break.
Well, but they did it to do it. They did it because they wanted to make the movie, not because they thought that this was the movie, right?
Well, one of the things I was reading is that a lot of these guys were just friends.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it's a group of. Well, and a lot of that's how a lot of that kind of stuff works. Even look at people like Steven Spielberg, Mel Brooks, different directors that have always Quentin Tarantino that always work with the same groups of actors and writers or sound engineers. I don't know, and I like movies that it captures them enjoying themselves on camera, right? there's not a lot of that when you watch the Avengers, you don't even think about that, right? Like it's way bigger than that, and you don't even get into any sort of like it's just a story being told to you, and you accept it. Whereas this is, I don't know, like a little bit deeper, or not deeper, but more eternal. Does that make sense?
A bit, yeah.
A bit, or damn it, where are you, DeMoss? This is when you're supposed to break in. Like, back in the 1970s with the exploitation is really when cinema really began to grab hold of this idea of ridiculousness that I think it was coined back in 1917. If hold on, let me see here. Oh, yes, correct. It was 1917 by a doctor in the southern part of France. He was
probably a good thing he doesn't actually listen to the show.
Probably is a good thing. Do you like the keyboard sound effect? Because you can always hear him. I can always hear him typing. I'm like, really, Dave? Do we have to send you a silent keyboard? They're not even expensive anymore. I think you have to pay extra for the ones that actually click, right? Or is his fingers? He's just that good of a typer. His fingers are so strong. He's pushing through the keys. I bought a cheap-ass
keyboard, and my keyboard makes all sorts of noise.
Yeah. Well.
But anyway, one of the things I like, the way they got Jeffrey Dean Morgan involved in the movie, and I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, among other things, was the comedian in the Watchmen movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's the sheriff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But he and the guy that plays the Drifter and the director have been friends since the early 90s. And so they just got together on the movie.
Who was the dork, the friend, the kind of outcast loser friend?
The creepy dude?
Yes, that ends up being the big bad. He was awesome.
Oh, way to ruin it. Spoilers.
Yeah, it's half the movie, but he's awesome. Like I liked him a lot.
His name is Oz Perkins.
Oh, so he is the Oz Perkins. Earlier. See, I thought of Oz because Drew Carey and the Oz caught my eye, and I thought it was him with little itty bitty pictures.
His big thing outside of Dead and Breakfast, he was a communications officer in the Star Trek movie, the J.J. Abrams one.
Ooh, that's going to be a big deal. I think these new Star Trek movies, I think, are going to be the Star Wars of this era. Maybe, you think? I mean, because
Star Wars will be the Star Wars of this era.
No,
also filmed by J.J. Abrams, but that'll be another story.
No, I think we'll see.
He was young Norman in Psycho 2.
Really?
Yep.
Really? I wonder if we recognized him from that, because did he look familiar to you?
He would have been like 9 when that was shot.
Yeah, but still, you see those eyes. You're like, oh, that's gonna be Norman Bates when he grows up. Like, that doesn't look like Anthony Perkins. Is that like you look at him? Maybe not.
But no, he actually hasn't had a ton of credits. He probably has one of the lesser numbers of stuff. But he's good, and this is definitely in a lot of ways this is his movie.
Well, if I saw this, I would absolutely hire him for
and ran with it.
If I could get him at a reasonable rate. What is when they say, oh, well, you got to pay scale or whatever, the bottom, like how much is that a day for an actor nowadays? Do you even know? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
Yeah, see the stuff you made.
A lot of them have.
You're not allowed to be part of the Actors Guild.
Come out and do stuff for.
Well, that's just this kind of movie reminds me of like Thanksgiving, even though I think this had a much larger budget than Thanksgiving probably had, right?
This one had a budget of about $500,000.
Which is, to me, that's like completely redonkulous. I couldn't even imagine what I would do with $500,000. I would probably blow 400,000 of it, having somebody teach me what to do with the other 100,000.
I would imagine.
Isn't that how management is supposed to work, right?
There would have been the day rate for David Carradine, although having Ever Carradine in there probably helped some of that.
It's like, oh well, if you happen to have a nice Southern Italian belt, I'll do it for half.
Okay, now then.
Something soft, something is been.
But his daughter's actually a really good actress too. But,
which one was she? I missed that. Apparently, I see Ever Carradine, Sarah, and who I don't even. Was there any like defining moment with her in it that you can point out?
There is, but it's towards the end of the movie.
Oh, well, we don't want to spoil it for everyone at home, Mike. Come on.
Well, that's why I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay, all right. Well, just good thing I stopped you, because you're about ready to spill the beans.
Let's put it this way. Of the three girls, she's not the one that was dating David, and she wasn't the vegan.
Okay, so she was that girl.
She's the one that found the heart attack.
Ah, okay. All right. It was David Carradine's daughter. Oh, it was her.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, why didn't you just say that to begin with?
I think I did.
So how surprised were you, Mike? I mean, because this was
And how much I
little-
enjoyed this movie?
This,
Very.
I mean, what did you expect going into it?
I had no idea. I looked at the cast list beforehand, and I'm like, well, I like a lot of these people.
You never heard of it? Never heard of it before?
I had heard of it, but it was one of those that while I had heard of it, I had forgotten that I had heard of it until I started watching it, and I started seeing Zach Selwyn show up, actually, and then I'm like, wait, I know about this movie, because I remember him on Attack of the Show talking about a movie where he was a singing cowboy.
What was Attack of the Show? I'm
narrator.
not familiar with such a thing.
It was a show on
Sounds
G4 TV that it started off as like the screensavers when that was at Tech TV.
Right, and I've actually, some of the YouTube videos I found with him were him on there.
From screensavers, yeah.
Or for him on G4 of whatever, him doing a song here or there.
And so I remember him talking about that being in this movie at one point.
Well, you know what? We probably missed out on an opportunity. He was probably exactly the type of person we could have sent a message out to and had on the show.
Maybe. I don't know.
You never know. You never
He's
know.
probably busy, but...
I don't know. Like, I was actually kind of trolling his YouTube, and...
He could have taken Dave's spot tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. He's probably more dependable. You know what? Actually, he's probably at Iron Man 3 also.
And his day rate's probably lower than Dave's, too.
No kidding. Dave is a finicky little guy. Ladies and gentlemen at home, Dave demands one of the, you know those big round trays you get at the grocery store of cold shrimp and cocktail? Entire one of those to himself. Like nobody else is allowed to touch it. He wants them all deveined. He doesn't even fucking eat them. He just demands them be there. Like nobody else can touch them.
Now, granted, he's the one that goes out and buys them, too.
Right.
So it's not like we pay
And he does
for it.
take him home. I don't know if maybe he stops and feeds them to the ducks. And I don't know what he does with the ducks. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time for us to take a break.
On the duck note, yeah.
On the duck. Let's get the duck out of here. So, folks, I am hoping to play some fine, feathery tales from our musical guest that was in the movie, not with us. Zach Ryan? Right, Mike? Zach Ryan?
Sure. I honestly don't know.
Okay, well, we'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned.
Well, I went up through Sabino Canyon, baby, had some fine wine in my hand. Ignore the park ranger's morning starting, 'cause you know I grew up on this land. Yeah, I was shaking through a Tucson afternoon. station, hitched a ride towards Colorado. Yeah, we were shaking through a Tucson afternoon. Well, the purple rain-cone mountain scene helped lighten up my mind. It was nothing more than a fine daydream, and who knows what we're gonna find. So we'll keep on shaking through a Tucson afternoon. And I smell the breeze through them Palo Verde trees, and keep on shaking, 'cause you know my baby's coming home. So keep on shaking through a Tucson afternoon. Keep on shaking through a Tucson afternoon.
Traumatic cinematic, bitches.
Check us out, TraumaticCinematic.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? We're still here, and we are still discussing the wonderful, the great, the unrelenting, the unsuspecting, or the surprise hit of the week for us. Dave actually, even though he's not here with us tonight, he agreed. I found this little gem and shared it with him, and this is a three-way. We all like this movie, don't we?
Yes, very much so. We bag on Dave a lot because he never likes anything, which isn't as true maybe as we would like to make it out to be sometimes. But he had actually very complimentary things to say about the movie. He seemed to enjoy it quite a bit.
As a reviewer, we give Dave a hard time, but as a reviewer, and really, Mike, you and I, we kind of are backseat reviewers compared to him. He does multiple reviews and
it's what he does.
It's what he does.
We do for fun.
Yeah. So he has to be more objective and a little more expecting of a film of such stature. But this holds up. What an interesting combination of ingredients that brings one thing that Dave sent me an email apologizing for not being able to come, but he was able to hit on the fact that this was made the same year that Shaun of the Dead came out from the UK. Whereas, Shaun of the Dead, had that aspect and its own clever charm and this, that, or another, that this was kind of the Americans' version of it, probably cheaper. What Shaun of the Dead was. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know what Shaun of the Dead was.
Well, this one was made for $500,000. I don't know what Shaun of the Dead was off the top of my head.
I don't either. I'm not aware. I didn't look that fun fact up. I'm sure would be a fact that he would have for us.
I'm looking it up right now.
I'm doing the DeMoss finger tap, like tapping on the keyboard.
And 4 million pounds.
Well, yeah, Shaun of the Dead had a bit more money. This had the clever music, the clever narration, and basically the movie was sort of aware of its own silliness throughout.
Oh, absolutely. I do love the singing cowboy narrator, and it kind of reminded me. Have you ever seen My Name Is Bruce?
Yes. Oh, I do. I
singing
enjoy
about
Bruce.
Blondie.
Oh yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that.
What a great, and that was, even though that was a low budget movie, it was still millions of dollars to create. This, I don't know, like $500,000 seems like a lot of money, but it's not. That's hardly anything. And all these people got paid next to nothing to make this, and
Probably.
it the scene, they really kind of takes the movie. They got like a hoedown, right? Like this whole movie leads up to, they get to the bed and breakfast, and everything's kind of off there. And then there's this big bloody nasty cherry pie eating scene of slapstick humor in the kitchen, right? Which is a great, wonderful, I don't know, is that a Charlie Chaplin gag, or is that a Three Stooges kind of thing, but with blood?
It's very slapstick, whatever you want to call it, whoever you want to attribute it to.
And the fact that, you don't want it to touch you at all, like I totally get that. And trying to get away from it, which makes it worse, and you're sliding around and flipping around, and I know I've seen it before, but I don't care. It was hilarious. And the first time I saw that, it was milk coming out of the nasal cavity, kind of funny, like if it caught you off guard if you weren't expecting it.
It's easy to milk a gag like that well beyond what you should, but I think it was pretty much perfect.
Well, you weren't up to that point. You weren't expecting something like that, right? A whole white kitchen covered in this dark red crimson blood. The character slipping on it and falling into it onto the cold white linoleum.
Well, we knew there'd be nastiness going on. But, I mean, the movie is called Dead
it was the
Breakfast.
first. It was the first big jump there. Yeah, I just thought it was good, and seeing it, I love it. Like, I love that scene. That's when I know it's like, all right, here we go. It's kind of like we're starting to get our wheels going here, right?
Well, it also is how you can tell who the two highest paid actors in the movie were. Or,
right, because
at least the two with the highest day rates.
Yeah, they had to die fast. They used them up and got rid of them. Right? Is that what yeah.
Because I would imagine they probably just had both of those guys for a day. And so they brought them in on the same day, got their stuff done, and they're done.
Oh, I wonder if like could you do that? Like, let's say we're making a movie, Mike, and we're gonna make Breakfast with the Undead, right? Okay. And we're filming this, and we decide we're halfway into it, or I'm sorry, we're getting ready to start production of it, but we decide we want I don't know, somebody that's tangibly like Andy Richter or something. Oh, you probably can't even get Andy Richter. We could probably get I don't know, some horrible comedian, Carrot Top. Like, find out how much Carrot Top would cost for a day to cameo in our movie, right? And do a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo to get Carrot Top for a day in our fucking movie of whatever. I wonder if you could actually get that kind of shit nowadays. Would that be cool?
You can totally do that. Now, one of the other things is not only do you have to pay the day rate, you also have to be able to get them out there.
Right. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, and lodge them and accommodate them. They have might have certain demands. Like Mr. DeMoss wants the whole freaking tray of cold shrimp and cocktail sauce that he never eats, even though he brings it with him. I don't know.
There are some guys here in Indiana that did a movie called Rock and Roll Starship, and they actually started filming a sequel called Rock and Roll Starship 2. Go figure. But one of the things they did is, as people would come out for conventions here locally, they would get them to come and just do a scene in their movie. And so, I mean, the movie hasn't come out yet because they haven't been able to finish it. But I mean, it will be the last credited thing for Richard Biggs, who was in Babylon 5, who died several years ago.
Really?
Interesting. He died in 2004, and they had already shot stuff with him.
Well, you got to use that. You got to use every freaking bit of that footage.
And it'll when that movie finally comes out, it will be his last credit on IMDb.
And he'll get an Academy Award for it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Forever,
but I mean,
forever,
they also have
forever
John
highlighting
Astin
his family as triumphant in their immigration into this country.
But they've got lots of people that came in just because they were in the area, and they could get them to come out. So they we
are lucky.
Matter of fact, I think the Biggs and Dawson stuff that they did, they actually shot at the convention in Indianapolis.
I mean, we are lucky. This little Midwestern central hub that we're at, Mike. I don't know. Maybe we take it for granted. I've just in the last couple of years recently started getting into these conventions and stuff, and they've been around here for a long while. And I'm like, why?
Being close to Chicago helps. But
yes, but I don't even travel to Chicago all that often. Even though I love going, I don't ever want to spend the night. It's like when it starts getting dark, I'm ready to get out of there.
Yeah, Gen Con coming out here was a big step for us.
And it is phenomenable. It is, ladies and gentlemen.
Need a comic
Gen Con is unlike
C2E2.
There's still a part of me, and it's going to be like this forever. Hopefully, I guess. Gen Con stays in Indy, but it's always the same weekend as my first son's birthday, which he's not quite old enough yet to be able to enjoy Gen Con, but like Mike, I would love to be able to get a hotel room down there, even though we live down, you live down there, I live up here, but it'd be nice for like at least a Saturday night or a Friday night or even for the weekend, just to have like a home base. Be able to go up to dump your camera, upload up to the website some data or some pictures, and after 9 hours of wandering around, take a shower or sit down for a second and whatnot. But
well, I live about 6 miles from the convention center, so it's. I mean, and I've got a reserved parking spot at my job, which is about
which was awesome. Which was awesome.
Center, so.
But you know what has nothing to do with this movie tonight? Exactly what we're talking about. Is what we're talking about. Which is all right, folks. If you stuck with us long enough, you realize that we love this movie, and we're trying not to.
I don't always stay on topic very well. The biggest scene of the night, or of the film, get the big hoedown, which is a pretty cool little battle scene, and then we got the big standoff at the house, right? Or was it at the hotel where they got it all boarded off and they're fighting back and forth? Yeah.
The bed and breakfast, or the dead and breakfast. And there's some pretty neat innovations that go on without spoiling it all for you and such. But I don't know, it seemed like the characters really kind of came together at that point. I'm guessing it was probably earlier on in the filming of it where they did that part. I don't know maybe you know better than I would, Mike, because it seemed like everyone was a lot fresher at that point.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll be honest. I don't really have an answer for that.
I know, it was like what? Really? Did you just say that? I don't know if they're fresher or not. I was checking if, do you see Febreze on the cover?
I have to admit, you kind of caught me off guard.
I didn't smell chlorine. Did you smell chlorine? No bleach. Anything else, Mike? What else grabbed you about this? Anything? Did it remind you anything or compare it to or?
Well, like I said, it did kind of remind
you
me
to become a better person when it comes to shotgun shell handling and distribution.
The singing, the troubadour type narration did remind me of stuff like My Name is Bruce. It's funny. There are some call-outs. There are definitely some call-outs to some other things. They do make a Buffy reference, and like I said, what's her name played Kendra. There is a chainsaw in the movie, and when the chainsaw shows up, there's also an Evil Dead poster. Little things like that. So, I mean, it's a movie that is very aware of where it's coming from. And if done properly, I really enjoy that kind of thing. What
does it take for something to reach cult status? Why doesn't everyone know about this? Why is this not, I would honestly
imagine it comes down to eyes.
Besides language, there was no nudity. There was no explicit sex scenes there. Even the murder scenes
Maybe that's what it needed.
But there wasn't there.
No,
I don't even know if there was that much language. This could actually be shown on TNT or definitely
Pretty
could be
close,
shown
yeah.
on any of the
it is technically rated R, but the rating was on horror, violence, and gore. Although apparently there's some language, and there's a little bit of language.
Sure, which is
tons.
fine. You beep it, but I just wonder what it takes, because this is to me. This is a cult classic to myself. It's one of those that I have found.
I think it's one that could be if enough people started seeing it.
I am so happy to share with others. That's why, I'm so happy I own it, and why I was so disappointed when I went and got my, I went and actually dug it out because of having kids, and it was in a big freaking, the boxes, the big crates. And I went and dug through all of them, and I pulled some other films out. I was like, oh man, I want to watch that. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Oh yeah, and I'm like, there we go. They're Dead and Breakfast, and here I go. Last night I go to put it in, and boom, there's no disc in the case. And and it's one of those things that when I have friends over and they're like, hey, let's watch something. You got anything I haven't ever seen or whatnot? It was a go-to item. Pontypool would be another one, Mike.
I did finally see that recently. That was really good. I liked that.
Did you? It was like, wow, it just kind of breathtaking, just how much you just really enjoyed it, and kind of clever that it was for as simple as it was, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
good,
it all
solid
comes down
writing.
to the idea of how does something pass and viruses and at the same time, the idea of an earworm.
I love the main character, the DJ.
Yeah.
The guy, he's wearing the cowboy hat. He's in Vancouver, Canada. Like, do not speak English. Do not read this in English. And he keeps reading it. But the great movie, and that's the way Dead and Breakfast here was with me. And like, I mean, and it was, and I definitely put it in the category with other films like A Fish Called Wanda and Fierce Creatures, and
You
definitely
love
this.
Fierce Creatures.
And I do love Fierce Creatures, and Dark Crystal or Labyrinth that I would
I love
like
those
watch. Like I could just watch over and over and over again while I go to sleep. I could put the movie in and go to sleep to it every night. And this is definitely one of those movies that, now that I think about it, maybe that's where the disc is in the DVD player upstairs. It's been months since I've turned that on because since we're having kids, I don't need anything to help me fall asleep. So, wow, ladies and gentlemen, talk about something coming full circle. So, what else, Mike? What else is going on? We've got some big plans here, ladies and gentlemen, for the future of the Traumatic Cinematic Show. We got a couple things that we've been discussing. We got the conventions coming up, which I'm guessing the events cast will take its own kind of become its own creature when we start doing the conventions.
So.
I think that's where the events
we're
cast
going to have to do something.
or the Gen X cast. I don't know how that's going to go. We'll have to figure that out. But so like if you're on the iTunes feed, like if names start changing or whatnot, like just remember Traumatic Cinematic brand's always going to give you that good old sweet stuff that you've been looking for. We're Traumatic Cinematic and we just got what you need. Right? Mike? Yeah, right?
Sure.
Yes, something like that.
I'd like to think we do.
I like to hope we do.
But especially with Gen Con coming up, with Days of the Dead, Horror Hound, I'm sure there will be more stuff too. It'll be nice to actually get out there and talk about stuff with people.
Well, and actually getting more involved locally. I'm really hoping to start doing getting physical, some T-shirts, talking about some CDs and some giveaways and some things like that locally and globally.
Really, dude?
Really, which is the reason I went into my Weasel kind of thing was I want to watch Biodome. I want to do Biodome.
Don't make me watch Biodome.
Oh, but I love Biodome. Biodome's.
Well, then I may have to pick that night to go see Iron Man.
Oh, well, it's one of the best, worst movies ever made.
I don't want to see that movie.
Really? Oh, that's all right. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, well,
I
no
tried.
wonder.
I couldn't get through the first 5 minutes. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
After the first 5 minutes, it gets better in the next.
I don't
5
care.
minutes.
If they can't get me to want to watch the rest of the movie within the first 5 minutes, then they lose.
Then how did you ever watch Schindler's
I was 5
List?
minutes in, and I was ready for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was another 5 minutes in, and I was ready for the next 5 minutes.
How in the world
By
did you
time
ever
they
make
got
it
to the
through
point where
Schindler's
the
List
doc
then,
is
huh?
in there, and they're going, well, let's look up who he is. Oh, fuck, he's from Indianapolis. I was already committed to watching the rest of the movie, and it's a good damn movie.
What movie's that?
This movie,
Oh, well, yeah.
Dead and Breakfast, the guy that plays the doc is actually from Indianapolis.
Oh, is he really? Shit.
Yep.
And I dig deep, but it's what I don't dig deep on is movies that I'm familiar with, and that's my own freaking problem because I'm like, oh, I know this movie. Well, no, I know this movie as a fan of this movie, but I don't know it in my traumatic cinematic investigative senses of I've never heard of this thing. I need to find a reason to hate it. It just cracks me up that this guy is a bit player basically in this movie, but
right. He was in Dollhouse. He was one of the leads in a TV show called Complete Savages. He was the lead in this little
Dollhouse
show
was a
called The
Whedon show,
Invisible
too.
Man that people still love.
Yeah, Dollhouse was a Whedon show too. I tried to get into that. I love Elijah Dushku. With second reference to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He was on the TV show Prey. He was on Boston Common.
Wow.
And I'm just listing off the things where he was a series regular. You know, it's not just the little stuff that he showed up, like the two episodes of Friends where he was Fun Bobby. He's a character everybody remembers. Even
Really?
I remember Fun Bobby, and I've barely ever seen the show.
Nope, I don't. I watched some of Friends, but I didn't watch a lot of Friends.
But
And I'm not
yeah,
afraid
I mean,
to admit that.
this guy's been in tons of stuff, and he's basically a bit player in this movie. And it just makes me
He's
laugh.
probably also, did it
And
for next to
again,
nothing.
He's from Indy,
And hey, Mike, where's he from?
Indianapolis.
Okay, so would you own this movie, Mike?
I may have to own this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Is it available? Can we still get it? Is it even
I believe
available?
it is
on Blu-ray?
available through Amazon. Yeah.
Excellent. I did. Yeah, it's definitely available streaming, folks, through Amazon. Gosh, Mike, it just there is something to be said. You get so used to when you sleep in a bed of three, it just feels a little empty when it's just the two of us.
Yeah. It does seem like we're missing something a little bit.
Like the cheese, we're missing the cheese of the sandwich.
Oh, I don't know. I think we brought plenty of cheese.
The what? The pickle, the salami,
I don't know about salami. I mean,
needs to be
it's kind of a
something
sausage fest around here
sauerkraut.
anyway.
He'd be more of a sauerkraut.
Yeah,
Right.
sauerkraut probably works.
Like if we were having a bratwurst, he'd be the crap. Right? I'd be the mustard.
What does that make me? Am I the bun?
Yup. You're the shit that holds it all together.
Aw.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
but that
that's
also
supposed to
means
be
I'm the
me.
part that nobody likes.
No, fuck. I would never eat a bratwurst without a bun. Actually, I make sure I get the good ones.
Yeah,
Folks, really, this is the point that we've
if
gotten
you had
to.
to pick between eating the bun by itself or eating the bratwurst by itself, what would you eat?
The bratwurst.
See?
Yeah,
See?
I would. Yeah. Yep, I'd eat the bratwurst. All right, Mike, I think I've got to pull the plug.
What,
Yeah.
you want to talk about bratwurst anymore?
No, I think we got to stick a fork in this bitch.
Is this place too much of a sausage fest as it is?
Yeah. Got to stick a fork in her. Ladies and gentlemen, remember TraumaticCinematic.com. Also find us on Facebook at Traumatic Cinematic. We are on the Twitter box, TC Podcast Crew, and at Gen X Nerd. And Mike here is...
At Gray Matter Splat. And come and like us on iTunes.
Oh, and leave us a review, positive, like 9 stars if you can, and get your family
They
to leave
can
us
totally
reviews.
do
Don't
that.
listen to the show anymore. Just go leave us positive review, just over and over again, possibly if you can. Make new accounts and whatever it takes. Right.
Yep.
Vote early, vote often.
Yep.
Good night, folks. I'm on the internet.
We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. I want a taste of hemophilia, a drop of thalassemia. I'll drink your blood if you got sickle cell anemia. I'm sick as hell at fiending ya. I'm haunting every dream of ya, seemingly misleading ya just to hear you scream because blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Shown outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah, we've all guts to spare. You know that it, 'cause we're so alive when we kill. We're coming to kill. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. I like platelets on my plate. Don't mistake this, just concentrate as I fillet your brains like Salisbury steak. I'll burp you up later, forgetting what I ate because blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Shown outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah, we've all guts to spare. You know that coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya, coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya, coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Well, I'll invade your body. Don't try to stop me. We're not oingo boingo, but it's a dead man's party. So send your little hotties out on the front porch. We'll have them for dinner and make love to their corpses. I'm your carcinogen. The dark wins again. Rip your heart in 10 parts and grin again. I'll tear it a gin. Choke your neck fast with my dead hands. And for breakfast, I'll eat your sweat glands. And for dessert, I'll wear your skin as a shirt. Eat your muscles like chicken and throw your bones in the dirt. It'll hurt as we eat ya. Let the creatures defeat ya and army your friend Johnny and a preacher. We're coming to kill ya. Let us in cause we're coming. We can't die trying. You can't try running. You're finished. Quit grinning. We're gonna win this. We'll mix your blood with gin and chase it with a Guinness because blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Join outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah. We've all guts to spare. You know the day, cause we're so alive when we kill, kill, kill. We're coming to kill ya. 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 Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. I like hemoglobin in my mouth, yo. Frontal lobe until I spit it out, yo. We be gloating, humans taste like trout, and some after dinner smokes are what I'm all about. So take your eyes out with tedious care. My mischievous stare and devious glare will take your greasiest pair of knees, tits, and hair, and you know I'll eat them raw. Fuck medium rare. Blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Join outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah. We've all guts to spare. You know the day, cause we're so alive when we kill, kill, kill. I said, blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Join outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah. We've all guts to spare. You know the day, cause we're so alive when we kill, kill, kill. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya.
I'm gonna keep sticking on this thing.
We're coming to kill ya.